Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we have a fascinating and highly relevant topic for everyone. Why being rejected is a blessing in Stoicism. To fully grasp this concept, first, we must address how to handle rejection in our lives using the tools provided by Stoicism. So without further ado, let's start with our first point. How to handle rejection. Stoic tools for everyday life. Before delving into Stoic tools for handling rejection, it's important to define what being rejected means. Rejection can manifest in various forms. It can be a job refusal, a breakup in a relationship, non-acceptance into a group, or even criticism from others towards us. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy based on the idea that we cannot control what happens in the external world, but we can control our response to it. So, how do we apply this to handling rejection? The first Stoic tool: control of what we can control. The first Stoic tool is to understand and accept the difference between what we can and cannot control. We cannot control the decisions of other people, but we can control our reaction to those decisions. Epictetus, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, said, "Don't worry about things you can't control. Worry about how you respond to those things." The second Stoic tool: visualization of worst-case scenarios. Another powerful tool is the visualization of the worst possible scenarios. This doesn't mean we should be pessimistic, but realistic. By visualizing the worst that can happen, we mentally prepare ourselves to face rejection in a calmer and more rational manner. The third Stoic tool: emotional resilience training. Stoicism also teaches us to train our emotional resilience. This involves learning not to react impulsively to rejection, but to take a moment to reflect and respond in a more composed and clear-headed way. The fourth Stoic tool: turning the obstacle into a springboard. One of the most powerful tools of Stoicism is the idea of turning any obstacle into a springboard for growth. When we are rejected, we often see it as an obstacle in our path towards our goals. However, from a Stoic perspective, that obstacle can become the force that propels us forward. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who was a slave in his lifetime, taught that even in the most adverse circumstances, we can find the opportunity to exercise our power of choice and act virtuously. Being rejected can be that obstacle that drives us to make courageous decisions and live in accordance with our values, regardless of the consequences. Now that we've discussed how to deal with rejection using Stoic tools, let's move on to the second important point: the benefits of rejection from a Stoic mindset. In Stoicism, rejection is seen as an opportunity to grow and improve. Instead of viewing it as a blow to our self-esteem, we can see it as a way to learn and progress in life. These are some of the benefits of rejection from a Stoic mindset. Firstly, personal growth. One of the most significant benefits of facing rejection with a Stoic mindset is personal growth. Stoics believe that the path to virtue and wisdom goes through overcoming challenges and adversities. When we are rejected, we encounter a unique opportunity to grow, learn, and improve. Imagine a situation where you're rejected for a job or in a relationship. Instead of seeing this as a failure, Stoics encourage us to view it as an opportunity for self-discovery, identifying our weaknesses and strengthening our virtues. Through rejection, we can get to know ourselves better and become stronger and wiser individuals. Secondly, inner freedom. Another important benefit is gaining greater inner freedom. Stoics believe that true freedom lies in our ability to control our reactions and emotions, rather than being slaves to external circumstances. When we are rejected, we have the opportunity to exercise this inner freedom. Imagine that you're in a situation where everyone rejects and criticizes you. From a Stoic perspective, you have the power to choose how to react. You can choose not to let rejection affect you emotionally. This gives you a sense of empowerment and control over your own life, as you're not at the mercy of others' opinions and actions. The third benefit of rejection is focus on the essential. Rejection also allows us to focus on the essentials of our lives. Stoics advocated for simplifying our lives and focusing on what truly matters. our virtue and character. When we're rejected, we often realize that many of the concerns and anxieties we used to have were trivial compared to our pursuit of virtue. This shift in focus enables us to shed superficial concerns and concentrate on cultivating our virtues. It frees us from the constant pursuit of external approval and brings us closer to a more authentic and meaningful life. The fourth benefit of rejection is emotional resilience. Finally, facing rejection with a Stoic mindset develops greater emotional resilience. We learn not to be defeated by rejection, but to see it as a temporary obstacle on our path to moral excellence. This resilience helps us overcome future challenges with greater strength and determination. In summary, from a Stoic perspective, rejection is not a defeat but an opportunity for growth, inner freedom, focus on the essential, and emotional resilience. By embracing rejection and facing it with a Stoic mindset, we can transform what initially appears to be a negative experience into a source of strength and wisdom in our lives. Now that we've explored how Stoicism can change our perception of rejection and turn it into a source of growth, let's move on to the third and final point of our video. Why being rejected is a blessing in Stoicism. In Stoicism, being rejected can be considered a blessing because it allows us to live in accordance with our principles and values, rather than constantly seeking the approval of others. The blessings of rejection lie in the following. The first blessing is authenticity and autonomy. The blessing of being rejected is the authenticity we can find in this experience. Stoics advocated for living authentically and autonomously, without relying too much on the approval of others. Rejection allows us to be true to ourselves and make decisions based on our principles, rather than being influenced by external expectations. The second blessing is learning and personal growth. The blessing of rejection is found in the opportunity to learn and grow. Each rejection can be a valuable lesson. It allows us to identify areas where we can improve and challenges us to overcome obstacles. Over time, these challenges make us stronger and help us develop as individuals. The third blessing is reduced fear. Through Stoicism, we learn to reduce our fear of rejection. When we stop fearing rejection and instead accept it as a part of life, we gain greater freedom. We are no longer bound by the fear of disapproval or failure, which empowers us to take risks and pursue our goals with courage. The fourth blessing is transforming obstacles into opportunities. Ultimately, rejection seen from a Stoic perspective becomes a constant reminder that obstacles can be transformed into opportunities. As we embrace and accept rejection as a natural part of life, we change our mindset and begin to see how each challenge can be a blessing in itself, by providing us with the opportunity to grow and move forward on our path to virtue and wisdom. Stoicism teaches us that being rejected can be a blessing because it allows us to live authentically, in line with our values, learn and grow through challenges, and free ourselves from the fear of rejection. This philosophy encourages us to see rejection as an opportunity rather than a defeat, ultimately enriching our lives and contributing to our personal development.